Oh, you know what time it is? I'm getting close. There's got a lot of designer fragrances. I have a lot of designer fragrances in my collection. And I'm going to take it back. What we're going to do right now is take it back. Way back at the time. Go all the way back. All my designer fragrances. Probably 1,300 of them. These are the 10. Over the course of time that have got the most compliments. Serious video today. Let's go. What's good, YouTube? I'm the BowTie fragrance guy now on this channel. Talk about fragrances. Well, I also like to throw in some style and grooming tips as well. Look good, smell good. What's wrong with that, right? What's nothing wrong with that? That should be something all guys, all gentlemen should be interested in. So if that's you, go ahead and hit subscribe. Don't forget to enable notifications. I hit that little bell icon as well, so anytime a new video is uploaded on the channel, you guys will be notified. On today's video, guys, I'm going to be talking to you about 10 of my most compliment design fragrances of all time. Out of the 12 to 1,300 or so that I have in my collection, these are the 10 fragrances that have gotten the most compliments. Now, we're going to be throwing it back a little bit. There's some fragrances that I haven't talked about in a long time, and probably nobody on YouTube has talked about in a while. But that doesn't matter. It's not about a popularity contest. It's just about me being genuine and true to you guys about what fragrances have gotten me the most compliments in my designer fragrance collection. So this is going to be fun. Get y'all your pens, pencils, your paper, anything that you need to take notes, because class is in session. So I'm going to run the intro. When we come back, we're getting into it. If you want to see what's on the list, you know the routine. Keep it locked. Right. Let's go.
The BowTie Fragrance Guy.
All right, guys, we're back. Thank you so much for keeping it locked in. Let's jump right into this video. Now, this first fragrance that I have up, this is actually a fragrance that was released, I think, around 2021, something like 22 maybe. I haven't worn it in a little while, but man, just about every time I wear this thing, I get a compliment. And it's from the brand of Christian Dior. I'm talking about Dior Sauvage Parfums. I gotta give it the love it deserves, man. This is Tonka Bean, Vanilla, LME, Sandalwood, and Orbital. Guys, listen. Look, I get it. Sauvage is a fragrance that's kind of played. Everybody has talked about it. And just about everybody that wears a fragrance, every guy that wears a fragrance probably has had this fragrance or is acquainted with Dior Sauvage. Again, my opinion, a testament to how good it is. You know, that's a testament to how good it is. And again, I've gotten compliments with the EDT, the EDP, the Elixir, and this and the Eau de Parfum was really close. But I've gotten, I think, over the course of time, a little bit more compliments with the Parfum. This is something I think I need to revisit, man. I probably got about half a bottle left. And again, I know it's a familiar scent profile probably to everybody. All ladies that you walk past in their products smell this on somebody, I'm sure. But you know how I rock. That doesn't change back that. If I like it, I'm gonna rock it. But this is one that has got me so many compliments over the years, man. It is, without question, I would say had to be on this list. So, from the brand of Christian Dior, Dior Sauvage, this is the Parfum concentration. It's good. Guys, please remember, I like as many of these fragrances as I can to the video. So if you don't have these for some reason, want to check them out, I'll do all the work for you. Make sure you click that link. Products. Make sure you check these fragrances out. All right, and speaking of a fragrance that probably hasn't been talked about in a long time, I don't even remember what year this was released. It's probably 2019 or something like this. I'm totally taking shots at the dark here. But it doesn't matter when it was released. This fragrance right here has some compliments. It is one of my sexiest designer fragrances without question. I'm talking about Lucky. That's right. Paco Rabanne 1 Million Lucky. What is sexy designer fragrance, man? Plum, honey, hazelnut, and cedarwood are some of the main notes you guys could see. Used in this one. You know, probably about half, a little more than half that I've used because it works. Really enjoy wearing this, man. This is thing has been so nostalgic for me doing this video because there's so many designer fragrances that I have that made this list that I haven't worn in quite some time. I mean, the more fragrances you get in, you kind of start wearing those, and think about some fragrances you've had that are really good, that have been in your collection for a while. This would fall into that category. But man, I love this stuff. I really, really love it. And I think this week I'm gonna wear quite a few of these fragrances because I kind of miss wearing them. But it is one of my most complimented design fragrances of all time, easily. From the brand of Papa Urbano, 1 million. Lucky. All right, guys. And speaking of getting compliments on fragrances and trying fragrances, look, man, I always recommend, if you can, that you get a sample of a fragrance, and that's where today's sponsor, Scentbird, comes into play. Listen, man, Scentbird is where it's at if you want to try a fragrance before you buy it. They have all kinds of fragrances on their website, man. You can choose designer fragrances, just like I'm talking about today, or you can just sample a lot of different niche fragrances. I talk about both designer and niche fragrances on this channel. So Scentbird is a place that gives you a chance to really try a fragrance before you commit to buying a full bottle. Something else that I love about Scentbird is you can actually go on the website and you can take a quiz, answer certain questions, and Scentbird will actually make some recommendations for you that are catered, towards the type of fragrance that you are looking for. So that kind of, helps you in that decision-making process. If you don't really know what you want to try, just take the quiz, and that'll help you kind of figure out what fragrances you want to try for that month. Now, this month I received 4 different fragrances, all 4 of them. Well, 2 of them, one of them I already had, which was Desire Toxic from M. Michelis. This fragrance right here. They actually send you a card as well so you can check it out. But this fragrance was one that has bergamot, cardamom, black currant, cinnamon, and benzoin. Really, really nice fragrance. I already had that one in my collection, and I tried a new one from a brand called IRFE. I don't know if I said Saffron Leather. It was this one right here. And again, it's a really, really nice leather fragrance. It wasn't my favorite of the bunch, but this one has bergamot, cinnamon, petitgrain, cassis, and saffron. So for my leather fragrance lovers out there, this is one you may want to try. It does smell good, but I have so many leather fragrances in my collection. It takes a lot to really impress me, but this one right here, man. So that was in my box this month. All right, guys. So the 2 that I love the most this month that I got, one from Acqua di Parma, which is a brand that I really, really love. This one is called Myrtle di Paneria. Pretty sure I pronounced that correctly. From Acqua di Parma, that's what it looks like. The notes in that one is basil, lemon, bergamot, jasmine, and rose. Really, really nice fragrance. And my favorite of the bunch was this one from Montal, which was Arabian Musk from Montal. I am going to get myself a full bottle of this, guys. Sometimes the best things in life have been hiding behind your nose, and that was this fragrance. Honey, orange blossom, dates. You guys know I love dates. Tonka bean and vanilla. And this is the fragrance right here. When you get your fragrance, they come in little cases like this. All you do is you turn this case like so. So you see that's a locking mechanism. You turn it this way and just open it. And out pops your fragrance. All right. And this is it right here, Montel's Arabian Musk. You can see it there. Guys, this is about a 30-day supply of fragrance. So it is a great sample size to allow you to really intimately experience a fragrance to see if it's something that you want to invest a full bottle in. Oh gosh, guys, I got to get a full bottle of this one. I love this one. This is my favorite of the bunch. Arabia's Musk from Montal. It's actually a brand that I want to get more into, man. They're not that expensive either. And but I don't have a lot of them in my collection, but that is one that I definitely want to try.
If you're interested in trying Scentbird, scan the QR code or use the link below. And with my coupon code BowTie5, you'll get 55% off at Scentbird. Plus, you'll get free delivery to your door and a free case. You get the product for half the price. That's just $9. And after that, it's less than $18 a month. Now that's a steal.
All right, guys, for my folks that have been around the fragrance community for a while, we're going another trip down memory lane right here, guys. This fragrance is so good, man. I'm definitely rocking this week. This probably is in my top 3 most complimented design fragrances of all time. This is Prada Luna Rossa Carbon. Gosh, I remember rocking this thing. I love it, man. Lavender and Broxton, patchouli and bergamot are some of the main notes. It got a lot of notoriety because a lot of people said it kind of smelled like Sauvage. Kind of, but it really had something about it that really differentiated this fragrance from Dior Sauvage. I gotta spray this on my hand, man. This is so good, man. Easy to wear. It's kind of a bro fragrance, yes, but man, I can't deny that it smells good. And listen, this is just the kind of scent profile that people compliment. So definitely revisit this one if you have it, or if you haven't tried it yet. This is one you definitely want to get for some of you that are newer to the fragrance community. This is kind of slept on, forgotten about in my opinion, but it's so good. One of the most complimented designer fragrances, Prada Allure Rosa Carbon. For a lot of these fragrances, man, when I went and kind of researched this and did the list for this video, I noticed that a lot of these fragrances were created 2022 and prior. So let that sink in. But this next one was kind of in that same era of time. One of the flankers from Parfums Rabanne. This is Invictus Legend. This is a compliment freaking machine. Grapefruit, geranium, bay leaf, and guide wood. Some of the main notes. Listen, most of the fragrances from the Invictus Legend or line of fragrances get a lot of compliments, but this one was different. This one hit different. I don't even know if it's discontinued. I don't know if any is discontinued. I'm just telling you guys what has gotten me a lot of compliments, and this one is top tier when it comes to compliments. So if you can still get it, Invictus Legend, this is a gem. All right, guys, so this next fragrance, we're going to the brand of Chanel. I know we just had a new flanker come out, but this one is still my most complimented. Bleu de Chanel Parfum. Bleu de Chanel Parfum. All right, this is lemon, lavender, cedarwood, sandalwood, and topamine. All the flankers of Bleu de Chanel work, but this one, up until the exclusive came out, was my favorite. And I still don't know, I'm kind of debating about those two. They're very similar, but I said when I talked about this fragrance, they kind of turned down the citruses and amped up the woods in this one. They did that to the 10th power with the exclusive, but this one really impressed me, and obviously, and impressed other people when I wore it, because it got a lot of compliments. So definitely on that list as well. One of my most complimented designer fragrances ever. Bleu de Chanel Parfum. All right, guys, we're going with another throwback. This was probably 2021. Although this particular brand has produced like 25 plants since 2021. This was the original from the brand of YSL. That's the original YSL Y. Amazing stuff, man. Aldehydes, lavender, geranium, and ambergris. Just a really clean, soapy, fresh, quiet fragrance. You can never go wrong with that kind of scent profile. I cannot begin to tell you guys how many compliments I've gotten on this fragrance over the years. Still my favorite of the YSL Ys to this day. YSL Y, the original Eau de Toilette. All right, guys, and the only newer fragrance on this list, this one comes from the brand of Versace. This is Eros Energy. Compliment machine, man. I'm just telling you, lemon, black currant, musk, oak moss, and patchouli. Again, this smells a lot like a really good batch of Pre-Aventus. Just take out the pineapple and give a huge infusion of lemon. And that's what you get in this fragrance. And then it costs a lot, man. So this is kind of one of those fragrances I think every guy should have. This is good for gym, errands, whatever. This is gonna work. You can actually dress this up. It's that good. Versace Eros Energy just is a compliment machine. Trust me. All right, guys. I know, listen, a lot of my old frag heads, a lot of my old, folks in FragCom are going to get very nostalgic. They may shed a tear on this one, because this is going to take you back to the great days of the fragrance community. This one is discontinued, although I'll tell you in a minute, but Aphrodisiac Profumo, man. Rosemary, sage, geranium, incense, and patchouli. What happens when you put incense and patchouli to the already most popular fragrance in the world, Aphrodisiac? You get his masterpiece, Aphrodisiac Profumo. I think this came out around 2018, 19. Again, some golden ages in the fragrance community. Now, you can get Aphrodisiac Parfum, which is very close to this, but this is the bottle right here, man. The discontinued of my era. This is kind of like the Aphrodisiac with Senza. When I got into this fragrance thing in around 2017, 18, Aphrodisiac Senza was discontinued. Couldn't get it. It's like the unicorn. Now this is a unicorn. And this is the best Aphrodisiac flanker of all time. one of the best designer fragrances of all time, really. And it's one of the most complimented for me. Acqua di Profumo, absolutely fantastic. All right, guys, this fragrance came out at a weird time in the world during the pandemic in 2020. And I've told you guys so many times the crazy compliments and how many compliments I've gotten on this fragrance from the brand of YSL again, L'Homme Les Parfums. Just go get it, fellas. There's no skyrocketing price if it ever is discontinued. Cardamom, violet leaves, basil, geranium, and better are some of the main notes. Just do yourself a favor and get it. I'm telling you guys, almost every time I wear this, I get a compliment. So, check it out. L'Homme Les Parfums, amazing stuff. And one of the sexiest and not the sexiest designer fragrance ever created. Intimate settings, date nights, all that kind of stuff. I still think this is probably the best designer fragrance in my entire collection. BowTie model the one Eau de Parfum, my second bottle. Cardamom, orange blossom, amber, and tobacco. Guys, I don't have the words to tell you how good this fragrance is. It was before its time. I think it was released in 2015, if I'm not mistaken. And still, I'm gonna wear every last one of these fragrances over the next 2 weeks. I'm just telling you that now. I haven't reached for them in a little while, but does not change the fact that these are the most complimented. This fragrance right here, I'm so glad now, and I would understand fragrance was better now. And those 4 notes that I told you, that I just listed, is really what this fragrance is all about. Nice amber, sweet, this sweet honey kind of amber with tobacco. Really, again, that fused with that sweetness of that cardamom. It's a little bit spicy, but more of that kind of sweetness. Kind of get that from the cardamom. In that orange blossom now, I know is the key, the glue that holds all those notes together and kind of rounds it out and makes it as smooth and sexy as it is. One of the best designer fragrances of all time, in my humble opinion. But it's definitely one of the most complimented and one of the most sexy. Get this stuff, man. Get yourself a backup, a cup load. Because if this ever gets discontinued, it's over. It's over. But this is from the brand of BowTie model, the one Eau de Parfum. And really quickly, guys, I had to throw this in as a quick bonus. This particular version has been long discontinued. The newer stuff fails in comparison to this particular bottle. This is from 2012. Man, the Allure Homme Sport, 2012. I am cherishing this thing and holding on to it. Ginger, citron, iris, and cedarwood are the main notes. Again, they took the iris out of this fragrance in 2017. What a tragedy. Because the sportiness of it with the iris is what makes it so unique. And to me, I feel like what makes it so sexy and has got me so many compliments over the years. If you can find it, so unicorn, I threw it in as a bonus because I had to mention it on this list. The Allure Homme Sport 2012, absolute compliment magnet and a gel. But that is it, guys. That's my time. I hope you enjoyed this video today, as I gave you, out of my 12 or 1,300 or so designer fragrances, the 10 most complimented of all time for me in my fragrance journey. What are some designer fragrances you have that have gotten a lot of compliments? I'd love to hear from you down in the comment section. And as always, I sincerely appreciate you guys' time and attention to these videos. You don't have to watch, but you do, and I sincerely appreciate that. Now, don't forget to take a few moments to like, comment, and subscribe. Please make sure you're sharing these videos out to some other folks that you think could use the information or find it entertaining. Because I'm your guy, Darian, man, on the BowTie Fragrance Guy. I love to look good, and of course, I love to smell fantastic. So until next time, keep looking good, keep smelling even better. I'll catch you on the flip side. Peace.